So this square is called Beursplein, and Beurs means stock exchange. This is now the Amsterdam Stock Exchange, and this was the stock exchange until 1999. The building is from 1903, and everybody hated it at first, but at the end of the century it was named in a list of the 100 most important European buildings by leading architects, so I guess they did something right. It's now used for exhibitions, concerts, and restaurant. Over there you see two guys in a boat together with a dog. I don't know if you can see the dog, I cannot. And this is about a legend about how the city was founded. We'll have a brief peek down here. So we are standing over a garage, and of course we're in the Netherlands. It's not for cars, but it's for bicycles. So 2,500 bikes can be parked here. The camel can be visited. We have more bikes than people in this place. A lot of people own two. One for exercise, one to go to work. And the bikes are fine, but the people on the bikes not always. I've been around here since the bikes were invented. They were here before the cars. So everybody who drives a car also knows what it's like to be on a bike. So that's why car drivers know how to assess traffic situations. So I'll show you where we are. This is the other side of the exchange, or the former. But these all used to be warehouses belonging to the houses on the other side where people lived. So smaller boats would come from the harbour with goods and crates and what have you, and distribute them around town, and take them to the warehouses for storage.
My eyes aren't funny. That building's like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. My eyes aren't good.
No, it's not your eyes.
I'm not crazy.
Probably have noticed the three X's. And that's the Amsterdam logo, you could say, the coat of arms. And there are three St. Andrew's crosses. St. Andrew's was one of the disciples, and he was crucified on a shaped cross. And St. Andrew's is supposed to protect people. And Amsterdam is supposed to be protected against high water, against the plague and fires. Yeah, believe me or not, but this was the most dangerous street in the Netherlands, and certainly in Amsterdam, in the late 1970s and the early 1980s. The police didn't go here. They said, please don't go there, we don't dare go there ourselves. Hardly anybody lived here anymore, and it had to do with drugs. So in a very short period, this sea dike was taken over by addicts and dealers, and then they sort of meter by meter managed to conquer it back. So that's a very nice and safe area. Yeah, this house is called the coat of arms of Auriga in Eastern Europe, because the merchant who built it was from there. And this is really old, and you can tell by the windows, because in those days they didn't have the technique to blow larger surfaces. So you have those tiny windows which are held together by lead. And it's now the head office of the Amsterdam Salvation Army. And then find this other thing. Yeah, it's not just the drinking, it's also that you can use a bottle as a weapon. Well, it's a bit different now, of course, because tourism, well, it's picking up, but it's not as busy as it was before.
We're not the one that talks a lot. He doesn't love me. No. He doesn't love me.
Look at that narrow house on the other side. I think I'm just walking the stairs all the time. Where did I leave my key? You can walk across to the other boats. You have way of rights, so that's a law. You can use the other boats to reach Europe.
There's someone literally living, like, for example, it's almost like an old ship.
Yeah, but they were French.
Oh,
They were
okay,
ships.
yeah.
And in most cases, they took out the engine to have more space. So if you need to go to a wharf for repairs, you need another boat to tow you there.
Cool.
As a rule of thumb, the uglier it looks, the better the food, more or less. The lotus flower, and it's the largest temple in the European continent, built in the central palace style. Normally you can go in, there's a priest living here, an abbot, and you can do courses here like Zen meditation. So you go outside and you're totally relaxed. Usually that's gone in a few minutes. That's how it is Chinese New Year. So they always have the big parade here with fireworks and lions and dragons. St. Anthony's Gate. When the city grew, the city wall was torn down, the water was filled in, and it became a marketplace. This was used for weighing products before they were sold in the market. That's why it's called in the waag. Waag means weighing. You can still see the holes in the towers. You put your rifle and it was also used as the head office for guilds in Holland, Belgium, Germany. I don't know about that. You had to become a member of a guild to be in a certain profession. And at the end, there was an exam, a test, and if you passed it, they gave you the title Master, Meester. So a Dutch master, you think of painters, but it could be anything. It could be doctors, surgeons. There is still an anatomical theatre in the attic where surgeons were allowed to open up a corpse every year. You may be a bit shy if you want to look inside, but I mean, if they don't want you to look inside, they would have put curtains there, right? So many people don't have curtains, and it's because they want you to see how nice their house is. It has nothing to do with a curtain tax. Not everybody has a garden, so they have gardens in front of the house. There is even an annual prize for the nicest facade garden.